Is there a bright side to the deadly coronavirus outbreak? The Chinese Communist Party has found one, in the most horrifying way that you can imagine. This is China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. You know, say what you will about the Chinese Communist Party, you have to admire their relentless optimism. Take the coronavirus outbreak, for instance. Now, you might be completely overwhelmed by the immense human tragedy, but the Communist Party can see the silver lining. For example, greenhouse gas emissions are down. How's that for some good news? Or how about this? China spares no effort to improve governance capability amid epidemic. That sounds impressive, right? Until you realize that governance capability is a nice way of saying Mao-style social control. Now, to be fair to the Communist Party, it's not clear if it is using the coronavirus as an excuse to ratchet up the authoritarianism, or if ratcheting up the authoritarianism is the only way they know how to deal with the coronavirus. It's a which came first, the chicken or the egg situation. Either way, I think we can all agree that the people in China have had too much freedom. Which is why, as authorities crack down on the coronavirus, they're abducting and beating up citizens across the country, and holding them to the ground and spraying them with disinfectant. I don't think that's how this works. Or simply welded into their homes, where I really hope they have enough food. These people were playing mahjong when authorities busted in and really showed that table who's boss. That's because mahjong and card games have been banned. There's a reason why an epidemic disease is being treated the same way the party treats political dissidents. Chinese leader Xi Jinping has fired both the party secretary of Hubei province and the party secretary of the city of Wuhan, where the coronavirus outbreak began. In case you don't know, the party secretary outranks the governor or mayor of the same region. In Communist China, it's the party members who are really in charge. So who did Xi Jinping replace the party secretary of Hubei province with? Why, Xi Jinping's close ally, Yin Yang. He's a good friend of Xi Jinping's. He rose through the political ranks in Zhejiang province, where Mr. Xi himself began his climb to power. And Yin Yang got loads of experience dealing with sick people when he worked in the Public Security Bureau, including positions overseeing anti-drug and anti-terrorism agencies. Because anyone who's against the party must be sick. Like the young woman in Hubei province who became an internet celebrity for complaining about the lack of treatment she got at a hospital. She was coerced into making a confession video in which she told her followers not to spread false rumors and to respect the country and its communist leaders. Fortunately, these kind of complaints will happen less and less, because censors are using WeChat and Twitter to find and silence people who are sharing non-state approved messages about the coronavirus. Giving the state apparatus more power to control people is also very effective at helping them distribute aid. Sure, warehouses full of donated food in the city of Ezhou go to rot, but the family members of police get plenty. This video is from the wife of a police officer in Ezhou. She talks about getting so much food that she's going to give extras to her relatives. Sharing is caring. Of course, most grocery stores still manage to get supplies, unless police come in to confiscate the goods. Don't worry, they put it back after they got caught on camera. Now obviously, in the pursuit of doing what's best for the people, party officials might make a few mistakes. Like how their severe lockdown meant that a child got locked in his home with his dead grandfather. But as of 2 weeks ago, party officials in Wuhan had the crematoriums working 24/7. And effective quarantine procedures are strictly enforced, like by putting people in boxes on the back of trucks. Wow, she sure is screaming. I mean, the box is tiny, but how scary could it be? Unless you believe this account from a former patient in Wuhan who told a taxi driver about seeing other patients being put in body bags and being sent to crematoriums while still alive. Now, this video hasn't been independently verified, and we haven't heard other reports like it. But considering the Chinese Communist Party is killing political and religious prisoners for their organs, the idea they've disposed of sick patients who are still alive becomes unfortunately less far-fetched. But don't worry, because the Chinese Communist Party has definitely ensured basic human rights in its virus fight. What do you think about the growing authoritarianism in China? Let me know in the comments below. Take a moment to subscribe to the channel before you go, even if you already subscribed, because YouTube has apparently been unsubscribing fans with no notification. And remember, YouTube is targeting all of our coverage of the coronavirus. They try to pressure us to stop covering it by demonetizing our episodes. But they can't stop us as long as we have the China Uncensored 50-cent army. Those are the fans of the show who support us on the crowdfunding website Patreon. As a thank you to them, I answer their questions at the end of some of my episodes. Today's question comes from Logan. Did YouTube tell you exactly what Chris said that got you guys in trouble? Do you have any strikes against your channel? I think Logan is talking about our recent episode, China's Coronavirus Cure. If you need a reminder what the cure was, it was this. A lot happened after we published that episode. First, YouTube instantly demonetized it. No reason was given. We appealed it, it was reviewed by a human, and then permanently demonetized. No reason was given. Then, 3 days after it was published, YouTube completely removed the video from the internet. No reason was given. We appealed it and made a lot of noise about it on social media, and then YouTube relented and put it back up. But then, YouTube age restricted the video. Again, no reason was given. This all means you still can't see it if you're not signed into a YouTube account. That kills the views. We appealed that, but so far, no response. Now obviously, none of that makes any sense. And since YouTube is being entirely silent on it, we have no idea what happened. So far, there are no actual strikes against our channel. We've published more than 1,000 episodes, and there have been 0 strikes for anything like copyright violations, illegal things, etc. Strikes would actually risk the entire channel getting shut down. Of course, I really can't say I know what would constitute a strike and who we would talk to if someday YouTube really did decide to take down China Uncensored. But that's why your support on Patreon is so important. It gives us the flexibility we need to be able to keep making the show no matter what curveballs YouTube and Google try to throw at us. Thanks for your question, Logan. And if you'd like to join the China Uncensored 50-cent army, go to patreon.com/China Uncensored to learn more. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.